And let me, first of all, introduce you. I've given like a proper introduction of myself. We have Shashank sir here. So can you please raise your hand for the
Hello
crowd?
all. Hi.
Yeah. So he's a CTO and he'll be presenting the webinar today on AI 2D estimation. And we have Mayan Pillay, Mr. Mayan Pillay, our channel partner from South Africa. Yeah.
Hi everyone.
Yeah. Let me give you like a very small introduction about Manso. He's an architect, very experienced, 30 years of experienced architect, and he's the managing director of MIMP Designs, and he is specialized in multidisciplinary projects with strong focus on delivering innovative and sustainable solutions. So he have led very much complex projects, including educational facilities and student accommodation, which values ranging between like 3.5 million to 1.44 like million rands. So he's registered with ACAP and other built environment institutes, and he has extensive experience in design development, technical detailing, and ensuring project quality from start to finish. And he's very passionate about delivering designs that create lasting value for all his clients while also maintaining the sustainable and socially responsible practices. And we are very glad to have you here today, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you all the attendees as well. And we are so glad to have you here. Thank you, Umesh sir. So, Umesh sir is our client from Mauritius. And thank you so much for your brief introduction, sir. We really love people who interact with us. Yeah. So before we dive in, like today's topic, so I hope you all had like I know you all registered to this webinar. So can anyone mute yourself and share like your pain points that you're currently seeing in terms of estimation? You know, can someone add a point to it? Miss Veronica or Miss Komal sir, you know, I know you from built environment industry, you must be facing a lot of issues in terms of estimations and how it's manually detailing all everything and how difficult it is to obtain the right values, including manual errors and everything. So, would you like to share your views on this, sir? Please feel free to unmute yourself.
Hi,
Hi, ma'am.
hi everybody.
Hello.
Yes, as we spoke before about the issue of takeoffs from the 2Ds, like originally, okay, like in the past, when you added your 2Ds, you would have to maybe make many other inputs to actually have the program
Thanks, Lewis.
give you a spreadsheet or something that can work out towards you getting a BOQ or anything like. So what we desired from our side from build environment is that when you get to drop in those 2Ds drawings, then the system should be able to read and automatically generate based on the reading of the 2Ds and the Excel. Then you can do the inputs or correct whatever that it has given you instead of you starting from scratch by feeding it information and then it does that. So if that is corrected from your system currently, that will then work out for us better. That's what I was asking for. Then it will be worth it to have the program.
Definitely, ma'am. It really manual takeoff cost firms on average of 8 to 15 hours per project. Has been tracking, measuring, rechecking. That's not design time. That's not client time. That's not business growth time. And it's not just the hours, it's the rework. That I measured these 3 times and I'm still not sure is the feeling that we get at the last. The last minute corrections,
Yes.
the before a bid goes out and everything. That's the reason we built this AI takeoff tool inside IntoAEC to solve exactly this problem. So Sashank sir will be sharing the screen now and he'll be taking you in real time, through all these features. And we really hope, we actually train this AI tool. We are still, getting it much better with, especially drawings from South African market. We are trying to like make it very innovative, get all the details, reducing all the manual errors and everything. So we're really happy
Mhm.
to present it today, especially to the South African market. Sashank sir, can you,
Okay, Temo,
yes, sir,
one quick one, just the input from Oberlang side and all the other QSs and contractors and QSs. They
please.
all want the easy way out. They don't want to do the tedious,
Exactly.
as per the comments on the chat, it is tedious to do a
Mm-hmm.
BOQ and quantify things. And just to give a bit of intake, as we got into AEC, we've tried to send a message out that it is being in development,
Yeah.
and the development is happening now,
Yeah.
whereby it is like in a click of a button, you can get all
Yes.
those wish lists that they
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
And Mr. Shashank is going to demonstrate that in terms of how it can make your life easy.
Yes.
And it's not only just for the QS to do a BOQ.
Yeah.
Our exploration have dove, we took a deeper dive into it, into make you as well, just as well understand that how you can further manage after you've done your BOQs, to further manage that project into the completion stage. And we will get you basically informed, and the processes of how that happens in the current webinars to follow. So I'll leave it to you. Thank you very much, Shamo.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Sashank sir, would you like us to take us through the features?
Yes, Tamal,
Yeah.
I'll do now. So before sharing my screen and explaining about this, what we have done at IntoAEC to actually automate this takeoff and BOQs, I'll just give an introduction of what we are actually trying to do. We are actually trying to solve three major problems. One is uh, taking the measurements, that as a manual process as of now. There we have introduced AI by just uploading the floor plan. Anyone can take the measurements through AI, but that might not be completely automated. The AI is not well versed to automatically take measurements, but there will be checks to it. So we are trying to automate this measurement takeoff with AI. And our second problem that we are trying to solve is, once we get the measurements, we are trying to get the material that is required to perform any kind of work on that particular measured area, and getting the quantities of each material. That is our second challenge. And the third challenge is, once we quantify whatever we have taken off, be it measurements, materials, and quantities, we have to get the market price and associate the price to whatever the items that are quantified automatically through AI. So these are the three challenges that we are actually looking into as a product in terms of estimations and design and BOQ. So I'd like to present today how far we have achieved these three parameters that we are talking about. So having said that, let me share my screen. Are you able to see now, Amal?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right. So this is the IntoAEC project interface, which is actually the list of projects that any company currently dealing with. Let me get into any one project. Once I do so, here we have this design and estimates. Out of all the models that we have here, we get into design and estimates, and here we have this 2D takeoff. And once you get into 2D takeoff, here you should be able to upload the floor plans in the form of PDF. Let me upload any floor plan. I'm just uploading any commercial floor plan drawing. Yeah. So once I upload the floor plan, it will open the 2D takeoff interface, and you should be able to see the floor plan that I have uploaded on screen. So here we have the AI version of it, uh, which is over here, where our AI is actually in beta version. And before talking about anything, any measurement, I mean taking measurements, quantities, and the prices. Before talking about that one, here I have uploaded the floor plan, right? But the actual project might not be only about the floor plan. It can be about the foundation drawings, the structural drawings, the floor plan, floor drawings, the roofing drawings, electrical drawings, mechanical drawings, your plumbing drawings. It can be everything together as going to be our project. So what you can do, as if I have uploaded one PDF, as if I have uploaded floor plan now, you should be able to upload any kind of plan over here by just clicking on these pages. You can add any number of pages. One page for your foundation drawings, one page for your structural, anything you should be able to upload by just clicking on this upload PDF over here for your entire project dataset. So once you upload the floor plan or any plan, you should be setting the scale. So this actually relates to the pixel measurements on your screen to the real world measurements. So I'm just drawing a line over here, and this should be your known unit, known measurement. I'm just saying that the line that I have drawn over here is of 4 meters, for example, and I have set the scale now. So once I set the scale, here we have this AI option, which is an actually beta version, which is capable of taking the floor areas, count of windows, count of doors, and the wall lengths as of now. So let me just click on it and show you how the AI identify the measurements. I'll not tell that it will be 100% accurate, but it will give the rough of all the areas that you have.
Yeah. So we have a small question. So what if the file size is bigger than 5 MB?
It can be. I think the question came because we are showing that in the label it is 5 MB, and we are actually going to allow until 300 MB going forward.
Thank
And
you.
as of now, we have only support for PDF. And we are
Mhm.
also going to bring the support for DWG also very soon. When we are bringing support for DWG, we are going to extend that size even further.
Thank you.
So this is AI detection, and whatever AI have given it as something which you can always look at. You can just click on any point and you can extend or you can adjust the measurements whatever AI have given. So once you click on this icon over here, you should be able to see the list of all the rooms, the walls, and the components, doors and windows that it have detected. So this is about the measurement. So because of the time constraint that we have and this webinar, I'll not be taking the materials and quantities for all the components that are detected over here. Let me explain only for one component, and I'll just do it manually. Let me delete what AI have detected so that I can just measure one room, and I'll show how you can actually take the materials and quantities for the same. So if you remember, I have set the scale already at the start of this meeting. So based on that scale, you can use all the tools that are over here. I can use this rectangles, circles, polygons, line tool, whatever it is. You can use any kind of tool over here to take the measurements. And you can also count the objects also by using our count tool. So let me draw a square over here, just for as an example. And once I draw this, it will be listed over here of certain area. This area is based on the scale that we have set up already using this set scale. I'm just renaming it as a room. Once you take the measurement, you can select any room that you have taken the measurement for, and you should be selecting the trade, like in any particular area of measurement that you have selected, what you are actually going to do. Since this is the floor plan, I'll talk about flooring. Let's say I wanted to do the flooring for this particular area of measurement that I have taken over here. So you can select the trade, and into AC by default, based on the South African market, we are giving certain assemblies as default, as if you see here. And you can select any assembly, and let me go through whatever the assemblies that are given by into AEC as of now. Apart from that, if you want to create your own assemblies, I'll also show that. So I'm just selecting this assembly over here, which is it means that I just wanted to do carpet tiles on this particular floor area. So I'm just selecting this assembly. Once I do so, it will show the user inputs. It will ask for the user inputs. Like this tile area speaks about what is the measurement of the tile that is being used. And in the same way, this primer coverage, floor prep thickness. So it will ask for certain user inputs. Few user inputs might change by company. Few user inputs might change based on brand. So accordingly, you can give your user input values, but the default values that are filled in over here is according to the South African market by default. If you want to update, you can always update this user inputs that we are asking for. Once you update the user input and go to the material breakdown, you should be seeing the list of all the materials along with its quantities, and the quantity for each material, how we have calculated. To see that, here is the formula. If you click on view formula, you should be able to see that formula, and you can also edit this formula and you can save it. That is not like whatever the formula it is here, that should be the same. You can edit it and you can save it. So once you do that, if you are making any changes to the user inputs, for example, here, these are the user inputs that we are asking for. And if you feel that certain other user inputs are required, or any other user input is not even required here, you can remove or you can add your user inputs. And accordingly, the material breakdown will be listed over here. And if you want to edit formulas, that also you can do. If you had made any changes, you can save that as a new assembly. If you are saving it as a new assembly, that is going to be the assembly permanently created for your user account in into AEC. So it is going to be the one-time job. You do not have to create the assembly again and again. So I am not creating the new assembly here, because I'll show it next how to create your own assembly as well. So I'm just adding these materials to the measurement that I have taken off for this room. Now let me show how we can actually create the new assemblies. Now I'm just using the same square tool, and I'm just uh, taking off for some other area. So for this area, I'm again doing flooring, and out of the assemblies that IntoAEC is giving, there is no assembly that you are actually willing to perform that the work that you are willing to perform. For that, there is no assembly over here. So in that case, what you can do is you can create your own assembly. Create your own assembly. You can just click on this add assembly, give assembly name, the user inputs next, and the materials along with the formulas you can give, and you can create the assembly. If not, if not, you can also use the help of our Zaira AI over here. Then just click on over here, and you just have to explain in this particular area of measurement that I have drawn. I mean, this particular 10 meter square of area, what work I am going to do, and you can ask AI to create the assembly for the same. So AI will give all the user inputs and the materials along with the formulas. You just have to verify it and save your assembly. Let's say here I'm going to do the uh, flooring uh, with 30 mm screed and 10 mm tiles. So this is the work roughly I have mentioned. Or if anyone in the webinar, if they want to give an input, you can type in chat. That also you can try. but I'm just going to generate the assembly for this one now. So once it generates the assembly, it will give the list of user inputs which it expects from the user to give, because those are the configurable user inputs which changes based on company to company and project to project.
So we got
So
one query from Komal sir. Can you
mhm,
please add 2 joint thickness for grouting?
here, yeah, sure. So it will generate certain user inputs which will actually expect from the user. And also for the user inputs, it will give the default values also. If you want to edit the default values, you can edit. So if you edit the default values, the material quantities will automatically update. So these are the user inputs that it have generated along with the default values. And these are the materials it have generated and the formula for each and every material, if you notice over here. So you can just insert it. Once you insert, it will show this user inputs. As if I have said, you can edit this user inputs anytime. And accordingly, in the next screen, the material quantities will be automatically updated based on which user input is being used in any of the material that is listed over. So I'm not updating over here. I mean, I'm not updating anything here. I'm just going to create getting the material breakdown. So these are the materials. And for each and every material, you should be able to see the formulas. And if you want to edit the formula, you can use this user inputs over here and edit the formulas. And if you want to bring in the canvas inputs, I mean the area that you have drawn over screen, you can add this use this canvas inputs as well, and you can edit the formulas accordingly. So once, if you feel everything is fine, you can just save it as a new assembly. So if you notice, I'll just scroll down in the assemblies list over here. If you notice, the new assembly is created for this account, flooring with 30 screed. So this assembly is going to be there in your account for the lifetime as long as you are using this IntoAEC product. So anytime when you are doing this flooring with this requirement, flooring with 30 screed, 10 tile thickness, and 2 grouting, whenever you are doing in whatever project it is all about you just clicking in this assembly and adding the material. That's it. You do not have to create it again and again. So I am just adding these materials to this particular area, and let me name it as platform, something like that. So like this, you should be able to do the quantity and material takeoff for any of the AEC trade. It is not only for flooring, it can be for anything. It can be for wall painting, roofing, uh, it can be for ceilings, it can be for foundation, it can be for structural, anything. You should be able to take the quantities and materials. So once you are done, and moreover, as if I have said here in the same takeoff, you can upload all your plans. You can upload your um, structural plans for the same project. You can upload structural plans. You can upload your floor plans like first floor, second floor, third floor, and you can upload your roofing plans. You can upload MEP plans, whatever it is. You can upload over here, and you can do the takeoff for entire project in one single screen here itself. So once you are done with it, let me just update the name for this. Okay. So once you do that, you can actually click on preview and estimate. It will take you to the preview screen where you have this where you can see the preview of each and every material and the quantities generated. If you're okay with it, you can just go ahead and create estimate. And when you are going to this estimate creation screen, this is how it looks like. And when you expand each item, you should be able to see the materials and quantities that you have generated from this takeoff. And for each and every material, you can also get the market price with the help of the Zaira AI configured for each and every line item over here. Let's say here there are commercial carpet tiles. Let me click on this AI icon over here for this particular line item, and I can use this current market price or budget friendly options or find alternate materials. Or if I want to ask anything specific to this particular line item, I can also ask the same. Here I am just clicking on get current market prices just to get the price for this commercial carpet market tiles. Let's see what it gives. So it will actually search the internet and it will actually fetch the data according to the user location. In this case, it is based on the South African market because this account is configured for South African market. So if you notice, this is what it have come up with along with the brand carpet tiles, and you can just select any brand and you can just update it. So I'm just clicking on this replay selected. So it have added this particular carpet tiles over here along with the price, so that your total cost for this tiles is automatically calculated. So for any of the material that is listed over here, you should be able to get the market price or alternate materials. Here there is floor primer. I'll just try finding the alternate brands floor primers in South Africa. Can anyone give me any floor primer brand in South Africa so that I can just look for the alternate brands, what it comes up with? Is there any input?
Right.
Okay. If not, I'll just try for all the brands in South African market. So let's see what brands it actually comes up with. So here I'm not sure because I'm not specifying any brand already to get the alternate brands. But let's see how what it comes up with. Uh, so this is what it came up with based on the South African market. I'm actually not sure how far it is true, but yeah. Can anyone acknowledge these are the brands in South African market for this primer?
Yeah, Sika,
Yeah.
ABE. That's the two. I think Kabe, but I think the common ones are Sika and ABE.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. I'm just selecting any particular brand. I'm just adding that, and the price will be automatically calculated. And if you so this is how you can just get the market price based on brand on a particular location, and you can just create the estimate. So once you create the estimate, you can just save it as a draft, or you can just compose it as an email and send to your customer. So you can just click on compose email. The email template will open, and you can just send this estimate to the customer. So it will be as simple as that. So for me to do the flooring takeoff for two areas, if I do, it will not even take me 2 to 3 minutes for two floor measurements. Even if you consider in that sense, even without using AI, you should be able to get the BOQ or estimate for your project within half an hour, even without using AI. If you use AI, it will be even lesser than that. So uh, that is the thing with our 2D takeoff. So I'm happy to answer any questions over here. Let me stop sharing. When you have any questions, I'll share again.
So one small generic question. So how accurate is the AI measurement compared to doing it manually?
Yeah. So AI will always be not accurate. That is for sure. Even the AI benchmarks says that even the latest models released by Claude or ChatGPT, they're just 60% accurate.
Yeah.
Not more than that. It might
Yeah.
detect the areas. It might give the maskings on the
Yeah.
floor plans, but it will not give the exact area when you ask it for it.
Yes. So this is to
So,
shorten the hours spent on estimation. We get it.
yeah,
So
and moreover, here we are not using any kind of models that are there in the industry. This is
mhm,
our own model which we have completely trained with.
got it, sir.
So yeah,
We got one question from Komal, sir. So how will you calculate rebars quantities for the different structural elements?
yes, sir. So I think, do you have any structural drawings, sir?
But generally rebar is not done by QS. The quantities are given by the structural engineer, and the tonnage is worked by QS. So the platform of the quantifying is not done by QS. It is done by the engineer, which that quantity thereafter goes to the tonnage calculation. So this is not a platform for you to give the quantity of rebars. It's a quantity of the volume of the steel weight. Say, for an example, if it's 160 kilograms of steel, so the QS uses a ratio of rands per per kilogram to initially calculate the cost. So we are not in the platform to give you quantities of rebar, but what happens is the QS is responsible for that, and he gives the tonnage, and that's no, the engineer is responsible for giving you the design and the tonnage, and you as a QS will quantify the volume and cost.
Um,
I think that's one thing, but from what I understand, it
um,
can't give you the
yes.
number of bars.
So he's actually asking, sir, the takeoff quantities from structural drawing.
Well, that is, you can input it if the information is there.
Mm,
So the quantity, the volumes are given from the engineer, and
mhm,
surely you can extract it. As Session he said, if you put each type of drawing in there, it
mhm,
will automatically quantify it. So if you put a plumbing drawing in it, it will quantify plumbing because AI is designed to read it.
mhm.
Same as if you are doing structural work as concrete columns or beams, if it identifies it, it will quantify it.
Got it, sir.
Am I right, Session?
Yes, yes, but not measurement, but getting the
Yes,
material and quantities. Yeah, I can do.
yes, yeah.
Because in Mauritius, it seems they do their own bar bending schedule. So that's the reason sir has raised this question. So if it can take off quantities from structural drawing for rebus quantities.
No, I'm sure it can to an extent, but I think we also need to be 100% accurate before we confirm that. But
Yeah.
I think the as he would get the information, he has to get it from a structural engineer.
Yeah.
So everything is still developed from a structural engineer's structural design to quantify it, and then only can it be certified as correct.
Yeah.
And the one other question that the gentleman asked is how accurate the measurement can be. So in principle is how accurate you scale off the drawing and to what scale the drawing is. will also determine the accuracy. For an example, if you scale the drawing to be a wrong value, your whole quantities are going to go off. So one has to be cautious. It's still in the same industry. If you use it in QS or any other quantity surveying 2D takeoff software, the importance is that you got to scale it off, or you got to have a value that 1 meter is 1 meter and it's related to the drawing. And whereby Shashank says that we are going to be introducing DWG or other formats of drawing will be to a more accurate level in terms of it. But under the QS industry and the built environment, you allowed 50 mils or so of offer, or you add it as an allowance at the end of your BOQ. But if you look at it, if you take the measurement and if you understand that, okay, the room is more or less 3 meter by 3 meter, you have a guideline. And because of being in the industry as QS as an architect, so someone will have an idea of knowledge of scaling. But it's always important to double check that you don't make those common mistakes that can happen. So it's all about, sometimes you cannot rely on AI, you have to double check. But
That's
AI is very close in determining the correctness of the size of that space, so
yeah.
uh,
Thank you so much for your take on that, sir. It's actually true. So AI is here to like lessen our burden, but not completely like repurpose as well. So, Shashank, sir, I have one more question. In regards, it's general question as well. So, people are uploading their drawings. Sometimes it can be like very complex. So, how much of complexity can this AI estimation can take? And how long will it take for it to like get used to many complex drawings?
Okay. As of now, we are uh, supporting both residential and commercial uh,
Mm-hmm.
floor plans, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But there are certain constraints.
Mm-hmm.
One is the floor plan should be of high quality when they're uploading.
Yeah.
Second one, there should be a proper differentiation. I mean, there should be a proper color contrast between the walls and floors. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this wall should be in black. If the walls are in black, then floor should be in white, something like that. So there should be a proper color contrast maintained so that AI can differentiate that this is the floor. When I see something black, that is where I have to stop. That is where floor ends. So there are certain criteria which need to be met when uploading the plans,
Mm.
so that AI can take it off a lot better.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So,
And there is one more constraint that
mhm.
the floor plan that is being uploaded should not have lot of disturbance, lot of text, lot of lines. It should be a plain floor plan that is just designed with not much annotation.
So we got one question from Kamal sir as well. So there is a concrete base, 1000 into 1008 to 300 thick. Rebars to be white well at 200, both ways, bottom only. Will AI take off the quantity?
I think, if I may just
Yes.
inject there while Shashank is trying to find it, Zara can do that. If you punch it in context, Zara will be able to quantify and give you the spec on it. So that's why when it comes to circumstances where 2D takeoff can't recognize it, you use Zara, and then Zara will do it as the AI in the area and in the market industry for that area. So then it means putting the specifications in. For your input is very important for what you get back as a true quantification. That I hope I answered the question, but I think so.
Yes, sir. You did. Shashank sir, would you like to add comment to it? So Komal
No,
sir is asking
I,
for demo if we can.
yeah, actually, let me share my screen.
Sure.
So this is the uh, requirement that Komal sir have asked for. And out of this requirement, I can understand that this 1000 by 1000 by 300 mm, this is 1000 by 1000. I mean, this is 10 by 10 meter with 300 mm thickness. This should be the measurement actually from your structural drawing. Let's say if you have a
Yeah.
structural drawing, this should be the measurement. I mean, if you draw a square, it should be of this measurement. I mean, in this case, it is around 100 square feet. Sorry, 100 meters or 10 meters square. I am just drawing something like this, assuming that this is a structural drawing. But the one that I have drawn is 1.99 only, based on the scale that I have set up. I'll just let me extend this. I'm just assuming that this is a structural drawing. Okay, it went until 54 meter square. Let me do 10 meter square. So I'm just assuming that this is a structural drawing. I'm just trying to replicate that scenario. So, okay, this is around 11 square feet. I consider this as 11 by 11, for example. And I'm just giving the dimension over here. I assume that thickness, since it is
Point
in
three.
meters square, it is 0.
300 millimeters.
0.003, if I'm not wrong.
It's actually 1000
3.
mm means 1 meter, sir. So it's 1 into 0.3. Can you
Zero
check that?
point 0.3.
Yes, sir.
0.3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. So it is saying 3.36 meter cube altogether.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just saving this thickness and I just uh, try to create the assembly for the same. It's concrete. I'll just create the assembly for the same with the same user input. How can I go back to Zoom meeting? Yeah.
So, sir, he's requesting the volume must be like 0.3 meter cube.
Same thing.
Yeah. Same thing I have kept.
Yeah.
So I'm actually not sure whatever the measurement that have come here is completely accurate, but if you have a structural drawing, you'll be taking that measurement. I mean, this measurement by just drawing the shape. Once you do that, you're just going to enter the prompt to generate the assembly for the same. So these are the user inputs that it have generated and the materials accordingly. Let me insert this. So these are the user inputs. I'm assuming that this is the same
Yes.
whatever you have given without any editing. And let me go to material breakdown. So this material along, I mean, this material will be 100% correct for sure, but quantities, I'm not sure because this measurement that I have taken over here, I'm not that much confident on because it is not it is just an assumption. I have just drawn a square and I have generated this assembly over here. And however it calculated, you have formulas for everything. You can always edit. And once you are editing and saving this, again, I'm saying this is going to be one time for your account or for the lifetime as long as you are using IntoAEC. Once you are saving assembly, that will be there forever.
So, so just to inject the session, now that spec that was given by the colleague is generally given by engineer. So that is a specification on the engineer's drawing. And if you as a QS want to take that same spec, and as we're putting it into Zaira and AI, it will give you a very true quantification
Correct.
of it.
Absolutely. Right.
Very true in terms of the why or whatever the design is. If whatever the steel sizes are given, say for an example, that base is bigger than a normal base, it will give you a true reflection as long as that spec is correct.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah, fine.
Komal sir, actually, we can also do one exercise after this webinar. Whenever it is, you can always connect with our team with any of your realistic structural drawing and ask for the same. We can try to generate the same.
Mm.
Dear guest, please feel free to like shout out questions or any queries. So I've also posted a poll in the chat. So kindly participate. This will help us with, making IntoAEC for South Africa way more accessible and easier. Shashank, so one final question. So people are uploading their drawings. So can we talk about the privacy here, like the data privacy?
Yeah. So the drawings that they are uploading
Yes, sir.
will be stored in our cloud. We are on cloud, and the data will be completely encrypted. See, whatever the cloud applications that you take recently, be it AWS, Azure, or a GCP, the data is completely encrypted by the cloud itself. On top of it, we also have certain encryption algorithms to encrypt that data. And if they are actually deleting any data, we are actually not restoring it even in our side or backend,
Mm-hmm.
just for training purpose also. It will be completely deleted from our system.
Yeah.
We are not restoring any data even if our client deletes it.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So I just wanted the people to know about our data protection privacy policy and everything. So we are very strict in when it comes to data privacy, and we are adhering to all the compliances followed in every country that we are in. Any other questions from guests? So we would like to know. Yes, sir.
One other injection. When the gentleman asked about the size and management of the size of projects. So in simplicity is that it's also nice to break up the magnitude of projects into phases. So one is it is easier managed in terms of the operations of the project, whether it's a contractor, the QS, or the architects, or any of the professional environment. So if you're getting a 100,000 square meter example office block, you won't go and do it as a 100,000 square meter office block, but you'll do it as in block A, B, C, D, or whatever the case may be. So it becomes manageable to quantify and manageable to construct and coordinate and manage the completion of the project. So, however possible, any project can be developed into the sizes and scalable situation of any company and how they want to manage it in terms of the construction period and the developer's initiation of when that project needs to be completed according to the program. So everything would be related on how big or how small one needs to do it, but you can do it in phases. Okay.
So Kamal sir has a question. He has an existing BOQ already in Excel for a project and now want to export on this platform. Yes, sir, you can export. So our team will get in touch with you and will help you migrate this data to the platform. Sure, sir. We are looking forward for the next onboarding session with you. And Sashank, sir, when can we expect uploading AutoCAD diagrams as well, not in PDF form, other forms as well. When can we expect the timeline for that, sir?
Probably before the end of this month.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So, team, I'm
And regarding uploading the
yes, sir.
BOQ, uploading the BOQ, I think we can actually plan a webinar for the same because in the South African market, they might be getting the bid requests from the government or from any private firms as well. So there might be a high need of uploading that bid request directly into our estimates and just quantifying it. So we can also host a webinar for how we can do it.
No, 100%. I think we need to keep to the South African standards, which, as previously done, you can upload a blank PDF and it will automate it, and then it becomes editable for the contractor or the QS to price it. So that's generally a requirement from contractors where the tender procurement process issues a BOQ, but a blank one. So it is tedious as well for the contractor side to go and price those bills. So generally, it's either a PDF or an Excel document where it's easier to edit or inject the figures and quantification of it. But now, just as well, a PDF is just as well suitable where it automatically, AI automatically does it for you, and then you manipulate it to suit the price you want to submit for. So I think the webinar that we are talking about will enlighten the end users how to particularly do that. So I think you should set that up as the next webinar for them
Yeah.
and the demonstration to it.
We already got our answers for the next webinar. As you all noted, we'll be going for project management, and we are very much looking forward to see you again for the next webinar.
Yeah.
Uh, Guys, please feel free to shoot your final questions because we'll be ending our webinar soon. So I've added the discounted coupons in the chat, like in the comment section. You can avail it, you can refer your friends, and you can get the referral offer. Or if you're going for annual packages, you can get 1 month of free. So please let us know. Please get in touch with us. And I have shared our social media links as well. Please feel free to follow us back and share us. So I would really like to tag you all in the LinkedIn, and we would like to take this further.
I hope this doesn't hold us back for long. I just wanted to ask, maybe while we are adjourning, to suggest that is it possible that you can have in your system that you have a standard 2-bedroomed house, a standard 3-bedroomed house, a standard template, and then say you have one for single story, you have one for double story, then that will be able to give you all of the items. Then in terms of quantities, we can put our own quantities in that for estimates, because as an architect, I'm not trying to be a QS, but for estimates, when I start a project and to win that project, I need to estimate. I'm not looking for anything like show prices or anything, but a template that can make me be able to inject
But
prices there.
yeah.
If
So
that is there, then
Sasha,
we can choose when we are allocating our project, we can choose which template applies to which project that I'm adding.
so Shashank, according to Abalang's request, is that as an architect, you need to give an idea to your client what's the estimated cost of the building. So it's just as good as doing elementary cost. So if the house is so many square meters, what it is, and one can allow for the basic cost to it. I think that's what she's asking about. So one designs according to that model. So if it's 3 templates or 4 templates varying from a standard basic house to various alternative things. So you pull that out and you can just get cracking with it and working on it. And she knows for a fact that I'm working with this module. It's basically a module application on the various sizes of projects. I think you can do that. And just
Might
as well,
be, please,
it
please.
can be it can be orientated in block planning. We generally do that in block planning. Like if you take a square of 100 square meters, that kind of a thing. And the
Especially,
complexity changes as it goes.
yes, sir. Veronica ma'am has suggested, especially in the cases of double story and single story buildings.
Yes.
I hope we can like
Yeah,
save it as like a templates, basic templates where they can use it again and again, if I'm not wrong, sir.
I
No, I'm
think we
sure we
already
can. We were talking about it on many occasions before, is to create templates that any of the users
Yes,
can pull that template out and work on it. It saves them a hell of a lot of time
yes,
than
yes,
to
sir.
go and redo a template.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing this important question.
one confirmation,
Yeah,
Kamal. I think we already have a better way of doing it than this.
Mm.
As time permits, I can quickly share my screen and show it. That is with you. I mean, even if you are if you are going to give the templates, that is only for certain use cases, correct? And let me share my screen quickly. I hope you are able to see my screen.
yes, sir, it is visible.
The thing is, even if we are going to give the templates, that is only for certain use cases, and we do not know what other template requirements that our customers come from. So
Yeah,
we have this control within our estimation itself when they are creating estimate, be it they are creating estimate or they are creating the estimate template also. I'm just showing it in create estimate. Here we have this ask Zaira AI. This is for the complete estimate. It is all about chatting with the Zaira AI over here with the proper requirements in the prompt, saying that in this particular area, I need a two-story building of certain requirements. If you just input
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it will just take 2 to 3 minutes because it have to analyze as an art. I mean, we have multiple agents involved over here. What it does is it will act as an architect agent. It will design the plan, and on top of it, it will act as a QS agent. It will act as an engineer, and it will act as a price fetcher from the standard market. And at the end, it will also validate whatever it have generated, and it will give the input after 3 to 4 minutes. So we already have it. I think people can try this one and let us know how it is going. So yeah, and we will also give a provision once this is generated. We'll give a provision to save it as a template.
that helps, sir. Yeah, thank you. So I guess it's time for us to end. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing the right questions, for making this more interactive. And, we are very glad to like see how good fit this into a like us into AC can be for you. So we are looking forward to working with you again in the future and near future and everything. So please feel free to use the coupons that I've added in the comments, and we have got your insights, and we'll be doing the next webinar on project management, and can't wait to have you soon. Thank you so much, team. Thank you.